Okay, welcome to another session for learning C Sharp. We'll be discussing about collections today, and collections provide a more flexible way to work with groups and objects, unlike arrays. A collection is nothing else but a class, so we must declare an instance of the class before we can add elements to that collection. So how does it really work? Okay, let's see. So we will be discussing about collections today. And the way we start is we need to initialize a list of a type integer. In my case, I'll name it numbers equals to new list. So we need to instantiate, initialize actually the list, and we start to fill in the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we pretty much did the same for arrays if I recall correctly. Okay, so if you went through the arrays, there should not be any problems to follow through the collections as well. Now, keep in mind that this is one way of initializing a collection. Okay, you don't have to do it this way. You can also do it this way. For example, numbers add. Okay, I'll just copy this one multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then the items which belong to that collection. Okay, so basically this part of the code is quite the same as this one. Now this one is more readable, kind of more consistent, but it's not bad if you would like to use this one. Okay, as well. So if let's say we'd like to loop through all the elements. Okay, so what you do is the following. For each var elements in the collection numbers, okay, print out all items, all right, all elements. And then when we click the when we actually run the console, you will see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now keep in mind that each element has a position which is called index. Okay, so this number 1 has a position or index of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's the way they start. So at this point, let's comment this code out and let's print out the element with numbers with index 4, for example. And which one is it? It's going to be number 5, right? Okay, let's see. Or you can just hit F5 and it's still the same. Okay, so you see number 5. Okay, that's great. Right. Okay, and then let's say you'd like to find the index of number of the 4th item, this one right here, number 4. What you do is you call the collection, then index of, right? Open up brackets, type in the element number, and then hit F5, and that's going to show you the index of the element 4. So it is 3 because they start from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the indexes. Okay, let's keep that in mind. You can always overwrite, for example, index at index 0, location 0, you can always overwrite that value. So for example, let's type in 11. Now, if we are going to, for example, run this guy right here, the for each loop, what's going to happen is instead of 1, you'll see 11 because it was overridden. Okay, you can also do something else. Basically, right here we can do sorting. So let's say the items were sort of this way: 2, 3, 4, for example 5 and 6. You see they're not in order at this point, So now when we run, oops, there we go. When we run actually F5, what we see is 1, 3, 2, 5, 4, 6. Obviously not in order, but in order to actually sort them, there is an integrated sorting algorithm. And basically now by calling the sorting function sort, it will sort actually the all items in the collection ascending. If you'd like to also do it in the reverse mode, what you do is you call the reverse function. Okay, and now there will be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you see, this is very handy and very usable. There's a lots of sorting in collections. Keep that in mind as well. Okay, if you'd like to, for example, I would delete this everything at this point. So let's find the count or the size of the collection. The way we do it is the following: right line, the name of the collection plus count would give you the count or the size of the collection. Okay, all right, and in our case it is obviously 6, right? Okay. Okay. So if you'd like to remove, for example, an item from the already designated collection elements inside the list, you use the function remove. Okay, remove right here, and then you just specify what to look for. So remove 6. Okay, and then in our case now we will end up with how many? With 5 elements, right? Because we removed one. There we go. So it is 5. And then if I loop through the collection, right, for each element in numbers in the collection, print out all of the elements, and what we see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without 6 because we said that this one was removed. Okay, so that was about collections, and keep in mind that collections could be defined of any data type. So they could be of a type string, a ball, they could be of a type an object, a class, for example, or model, and they could be of a type decimal, double, float, for example. Okay, and you do it in in the same fashion. The way you initialize it is like, for example, this way. I'll just show you for a ball, and then you can practice actually on your site. Okay, active, all right, users, for example. That's how we're gonna call it. And then I will just initialize it like that, and then what you do is you can assign values after that. Okay, true, for example, right? And then the way you loop it is the same pretty much for each. There's nothing changes right here. Var in active users console right line. All right, okay. So if I hit F5 at this point, what's going to happen is we're going to loop through the collection and print out true, false, true. Okay, so collections are very usable and pretty much used a lot to solve complex problems on your site. Make sure you practice all this code for every and each data type, and make sure that you understand it. If you have any questions, just please feel free to post a comment, and I'd be happy to elaborate to all of you guys. Thanks a lot for watching.